What's up, guys? Welcome to the MMA / combat sports channel. I'll tell you what, guys, this Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson thing has my blood boiling. And let me explain to you why.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Mike Tyson is an American icon, and not in all the good ways that people think, but he's a true redemption story. This guy went to prison for rape. He was convicted. He still says he didn't do it. But he's done some stuff, man.
Talk about fornicating with you and letting you suck my because fornicating more than other people. It's just who I am. I sacrificed so much of my life. Can I at least get a blowjob? Are you talking out of turn?
No, I think we're all talking together.
I normally don't do interviews with women unless I fornicate with them. So you shouldn't talk anymore. Unless you wanna.
I'm just ready to get it on and crush this guy's skull.
I'll eat your ass alive, you bitch. You're scared, coward, scared like a little white.
He looked at it and bite his throat off.
You know you're a real prick.
You're gonna get Kevin killed.
Yeah.
Gut him like a
Come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Piece of fuck you. That was the piece of here talking to a rat piece of shit like you. Come on, like, no, because you're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
I was a limo driver in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s in Arizona, when Mike Tyson lived there, and I can tell you some stories. So as a limo driver, you get to sit back and talk to the owners of these clubs, the general managers of these clubs. A lot of stuff happened. Some of it even made the news. They did their best because they made so much money off of Mike Tyson that they covered it up. They only had girls go in the VIP room who were willing to go all the way, and they just turned their heads. I had one manager who was like, dude, Mike was going to kill me because there was a girl that didn't want to go all the way, and he tried to pull her out of there. Mike came unhinged. He was like a wild animal.
You hoe. Come and say my face. You for everybody.
And he was just on this self-destructive plan.
If I wish one of your guys had children, if I could kick them in their fucking head or stomp on their testicles so you could feel my pain, because that's the pain I had. Get my gun, automatic, just like this, and you just go crazy.
Are you happy with life now?
Not really.
Why not?
I don't know, it just sucks. You know what I mean? It sucks.
If you had asked me at that point, will Mike Tyson live to see 50 or live to see 50 and not be in prison? I would have given you 10 to 1 odds. There's no chance he sees 50 without being in prison or dead.
I never dreamed of living this long. I never dreamed of fornicating with as many beautiful women as I did.
Defying the odds, Mike Tyson has got it together somewhat. I mean, he's got some issues, but why on earth would he take this match? Well, I understand why he would, but why would Jake Paul do it? What a dumbass. Does he understand this is a lose-lose situation for him? No matter how this goes for Jake, if he flatlines a legend at 58 years old, a senior citizen, Jake Paul, you just flatlined a senior citizen, a legend, somebody who literally rebuilt their life from nothing. And I mean, he was so self-destructive. He's been a scary, scary person, and I cannot believe that he finally got it together. That alone is a miracle.
Being Mike Tyson, that's really a trip.
It really is. Yeah.
Being Mike Tyson.
But here are fat cokeheads.
You don't see fat cokeheads.
No, you don't see fat
No.
cokeheads. But as you know, there's nothing worse than a fat cokehead.
Because I'm addicted to food. You don't look that way. When you look at me, I say, no, wait, Mike looks great. But listen, if that feeling comes over me, I will eat 4 big 10-pound cheesecake pies right in front of you. You know?
Wow. Well, that's great. That's really great. I think that's most people don't do that. They'll say,
Wow, that's really great. I don't think many people do that. Come on, man. Talk like a real person. The real people, hey, man, that's really great.
Come on.
This is really great. I'm glad that people did that. This is really great. Theoretically speaking, if my diction super carries for your comprehension, I will endeavor to exclaminate more profound in the future. But other than that, that is wonderful, and it's great. And I commend you, Mike.
wow, what's going on?
Now he's going to risk more brain damage getting in there with a young, juiced-up Jake Paul who hits hard. I mean, he flatlined Tyron Woodley. He flatlined Ben Askren. He can hit hard. It's a very dangerous fight. This is not... I didn't like it when he got in there with Roy Jones Jr., but Roy Jones is a lot smaller. Roy Jones has never been a power puncher. To me, it wasn't as scary. And now he's a lot older. 58 years old by the time he steps in. If you look at CTE, and it's almost guaranteed every boxer has some form of CTE, whether it be bad, chronic. The brain is interesting. It uses what's available to it. This is what a regular brain looks like versus a CTE brain. I promise you, Mike's dealing with some CTE. Do you really want to risk? It's like taking a window that's been scotch taped back together and saying, oh, yeah. Don't board it up before the windstorm. It'll hold. No, it probably won't. And all these things that he's worked so hard to overcome and to change his mindset. He said, I think it was Oprah on the show that he was on, he said, I don't ever want to go back to that place. I have to go to a dark, dark place when I fight.
While I'm in the dressing room, 5 minutes before I come out, my gloves are laced up. I'm breaking my gloves down. I'm pushing the lever at the back of my glove, breaking the middle of the glove so my knuckle could pierce through the leather. I feel my knuckle piercing against the tight leather gloves on the fighter. Fight till they can't fight no more. Many times, how about kill this mother? I'm a man, and that's why I want to be a man. And if I die.
And he's like, I like to be around my kids. I like to be around my wife. He tries to be happy. Now he's going back there at 58 years old with what is probably a diminished brain capacity. Man, gosh, Mike, I do not want to see this. Jake Paul, do something, fake an injury, get out of this somehow. Or go in there and, I don't even want to see if Mike knocks him out. That's embarrassing. He's got knocked out by a 58-year-old man. However you spin it, this is a bad fight. But yeah, I'm probably going to watch. But man, I'm disgusted with it, and I'm having a hard time understanding, the greediness. And you want to talk about Don King and the exploitation of Mike Tyson throughout his career? This takes it to a whole new level. Now you're literally destroying a fragile man who's put himself back together, defied the odds. He's not in prison. He's not dead. And now you're going to put him in there with a young, juiced up power puncher at 58 years old? No. And you can't tell me Mike is doing this all natural. You don't do this at 58 all natural. He has a history with drugs and substances and abusing them. Do you honestly think it's okay for him? He should just be doing like regular TRT to manage and just stay at normal levels. Not juicing up and going peak. The risk of heart attack at 58, taking some of these substances to the amount he's probably taking them, and I don't know that for sure, that's speculation. But I look at his body, and it's pretty obvious that's not natural, which I don't think Jake's natural either. But at the same time, Jake's a lot younger. The heart handles it. Look how many bodybuilders die early. Pro wrestlers die early from steroids, drugs. You don't think Mike Tyson's lived that same life? This is Russian roulette, and I don't like it.
Salman Khan is going to host you a grand party. So just wanted to know, are you also excited for that?
Please.
So his question was, some of the Bollywood celebrities, one of the biggest Bollywood celeb has invited you for a dinner. So that was a question. So I think that's just rumor.
Tell him I'm going to the slums.
I was at Madison Square Garden at an All-Star game. And I hear people hollering, saying, look out, look out. And I was like, wondering what they were saying, look out. And I looked up, Mike was over my head. And he put his hand down there. And I shook his hand, and I realized that, hey, everything is good. But everybody thought I was getting ready to get clocked.
I was angry that he was butting my head. He kept butting me, and he cut my head the first fight with headbutts, and he did it again. And I was just enraged. It doesn't make no excuse for what happened, but I was just enraged, and I wanted to inflict so much pain on him and stuff. And I was just pissed off that he was such a great fighter too. And I was just pissed off. I wanted to just beat him up. I was just mad at him. Yeah.
All right, guys, this is the new MMA Combat channel. If you'd subscribe, I'll appreciate it. I'd love to get this thing monetized, and yeah, I'll put out a lot more videos. Thanks, guys. Later.